Godfather of Irish Drill. Shout out my boy, Demi TV.
It's Wave God in this motherfucker. Hey, shout my nigga Demi T though.
Got the song pop like I'm Iggy. All they talking about is last night like I'm Demi. Say you got.
Rupees donated $5. Damn ski pulled the Michael.
Dean TV cooler merch in the description box below. Go copy, son. Click the link in the description box below and support your boy.
What's up, Dean family, Dean Nation? Today we're doing a reaction to In a Nutshell. You feel me? And today's video is called How to Terraform Mars with Lasers. And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all social medias and comment below what reaction you want to do next. And shit, let me see something real quick. What the fuck? Check out the original video in the description box below. Roll to 100K, million, and billion. So click that subscribe. But let's spread that as a family, as a nation. Yeah. Also, your boy is in a contest, sponsor and for Matter World Peace. You feel me? Entrepreneur, and be a part of his brand. You feel me? So vote for your boy in the description box below and vote, share it, comment, leave a like, and I'll be very appreciative and thankful. You feel me? And no further ado, let's get into this reaction and check out the merch.
Mars is a disappointing hellhole lacking practically everything we need to stay alive. It looks like we'll only ever have small crews and spend a miserable time hidden underground. Except we can terraform it into a green new world. But to solve the planet's problems, we first need to make it worse and turn it into oceans of lava with gigantic lasers. This isn't a far-fetched science fiction tale. Terraforming Mars is possible on the kind of timescale our ancestors built great monuments in. If humanity solves some of its pressing problems and ventures into space to expand into the solar system, this may not be that far off. Okay, so how do we terraform Mars quickly? Well, it's complicated.
While you talking, every time we do a video like this, they'll eventually do some shit like this. So shit, this shit might happen eventually.
It has no soil to grow anything. Its atmosphere is too thin to breathe or protect us from radiation, giving you a high risk of cancer. So to turn it into a new home for humanity, we have to give it a proper atmosphere similar to Earth's. It should be made of 21% oxygen, 79% nitrogen, and a tiny bit of CO2, at an average temperature of 14 degrees Celsius and under 1 bar of pressure. We have to create oceans and rivers, and then the ground has to be weathered into fertile soil to host living things. Then we need to install a biosphere on the surface and prevent it all from being undone by installing protective measures that can stand the test of time. It is difficult, but a big laser makes it a lot easier.
Really?
Challenge 1, the atmosphere. Some 4 billion years ago, Mars had a nice oxygen-rich atmosphere and was home to vast oceans and rivers. It held onto it for several hundred million years before it got blown away. Ultraviolet rays broke down the atmospheric gases and then the oceans until they were swept away by solar wind. Today, Mars is a dry, barren wasteland. Luckily, a sizable portion of the water is frozen in deep reservoirs and in the polar ice caps, enough to create a very shallow ocean. And enormous amounts of oxygen are bound as minerals in the Martian rocks, like the oxygen in the iron oxides that give the planet its rust-red color, as well as carbon dioxide in carbonates. To free these gases, we need to reverse the reactions that lock them away by using thermolysis, which occurs at temperatures as high as on the surface of the sun. In short, we want to melt the surface of Mars. The best way to do that will be to put lasers in orbit, aiming their beams down on Mars. The most powerful laser today is the ELI-NP, able to produce beams of 10 petawatts of power for a trillionth of a second. To melt Mars, we need a laser twice as powerful that runs continuously.
Thought about
The
the
easiest
people
way
who
is to
already
use a
there
solar-pumped
lives.
laser that can be powered directly with sunlight.
And that's fucked up, cause you gotta think, what if Mars already have people there, and they people be like, what the fuck's going on? And it's a whole destruction going on they people. You feel me? That's fucked up. You feel me? Like, y'all being Hitler right now. Fuck out of here.
At its core are metal-infused glass rods that absorb energy and release it as a laser beam. If we build an array of mirrors in space about 11 times the size of the United States, we can focus enough sunlight onto them to melt Mars. Let's do it. As the lasers hit the surface, about 750 kilograms of oxygen and some carbon dioxide emerge from every cubic meter of rock melted. If we are efficient, our lasers only need to melt through the top 8 meters of the surface to get enough oxygen. It would look terrifying. The skies would be shrouded in storms, while the ground would glow red hot, crisscrossed by currents of lava. Tireless laser beams sweep over the landscape, leaving trails too bright to look at. After they pass, the ground cools quickly. A strange snow falls, the ashes from all the elements that solidify as they cool down, like silicon and iron. Mars is still a cold planet at this point. A happy side effect of this inferno is that all the water in the polar ice caps and even deep underground rises into the sky as hot steam, forming clouds that rain down over the entire planet. They would wash out the nastier gases from the atmosphere like chlorine and carry away harmful elements that accumulated on the surface. In the end, they would form shallow oceans, saltier than on Earth. We might need to do an extra cleanup afterwards. It would take about 50 years of continuous lasering to create our oxygen atmosphere.
That's crazy and
We could use
ridiculous
this opportunity
to
to
think
dig deeper
about.
in some places to create the basins for.
And to think about what if that's really what's going on, they doing in Iran, Iraq, and all those other places for what they call war. You feel me?
The oceans or rivers and spare some landmark features like Olympus Mons and Valles Marineris. We're not done though.
They can do this.
The resulting atmosphere
Shoot.
is nearly 100%
They probably did it to
oxygen
the
and only
landmass in
0.2
America.
bar.
Probably
It's hard to
confused our
breathe and
ass.
very flammable. To make it similar to Earth and a lot safer, we need to add a lot of nitrogen, which Mars is sadly lacking. We have to import it. The ideal source is Titan, a large moon of Saturn, covered in a thick atmosphere that's almost entirely nitrogen. We just have to move 3,000 trillion tons from the outer solar system to Mars.
Damn.
While that's not
That's a
easy,
lot.
it is doable. To process that much of Titan's atmosphere, we have to construct giant automated factories on its surface, powered by our
Doing
lasers
all
to suck
that.
in the atmosphere and compress it into a liquid.
Try to
This
make
gets
sure they
pumped
survive.
into bullet-shaped
That's
tanks,
crazy.
which a mass driver shoots all the way to
Populate
the red
other
planet,
planets
where they
and
explode
fuck
and
them
mix with
planets
the
up
oxygen.
so they can live.
We've already been able to
That's
send
fucked
individual
up.
missions to Saturn in just a few years. With enough resources, it should be possible to complete the task within 2 generations.
It's some
Of course,
freezer
it
shit
would be
right
much
here.
more convenient to have nitrogen left over from terraforming Venus on the side. We explained this in detail in another video. So, about a century after the start of the terraforming process, we have a breathable atmosphere that has the right gases. If the liberated CO2 isn't enough to warm it up to temperatures we can stand,
It's
we just
cold
add some
as fuck
super
here.
greenhouse gases. Mars at this point resembles a black
Florida,
marble
so,
from all
yeah,
the
that's why
cooling
you can't
lava,
get this
spotted with growing
up
oceans
and
and
talking
red
about
patches
sprout with
where
this
the old
tea.
surface
This
remains
tea hot as
untouched.
fuck.
It's still a wasteland,
but my
no
fucking
better
roof
than a
is
desert
like-
on Earth. We need to fill it with
Shit.
life.
It's a herbal
Challenge
supplement,
2,
so it's
Biosphere.
good for your health.
Installing a biosphere on a new planet is very difficult. Unexpected interactions between species or sudden diseases can destabilize it to the point of collapse. We would probably begin by seeding our young oceans with phytoplankton. Without competition, it would bloom rapidly, filling up the oceans to become the bottom of an aquatic food chain. They can be followed by tiny zooplankton, then by fish, maybe even sharks and whales. If things go well, life in the oceans will thrive.
So
Life
that
on land
means that
is
ocean
harder.
be turned to
Plants
something
need
like similar to
nutrient-filled
our
ground
ocean.
to sink their roots into, but most of the surface is the congealed remains of lava and ash.
Talk about
We could wait for
monochrome.
thousands of years for water and wind
Talk
to
about
grind it down
carbon
into finer
copy.
sands, or try to do it manually. But we want to be quick, and we have a big laser. Turning the beam on and off in rapid succession would cause the ground to quickly heat up and contract, which breaks it into smaller and smaller pieces. Add a bit of water, and you get a sort of dark mud. Into this mud, we can mix fungi and nitrogen-fixing bacteria. They're able to absorb nitrogen and convert it into nitrate compounds to feed plants. The first plants we want to bring are native to volcanic islands on Earth, since they're perfectly suited to the laser-blasted Martian landscape. Eventually, the enriched mud becomes the foundation for grasslands and forests. In Mars's lower gravity, trees can become very
This
tall
was
very
really called the
fast.
circle
Their
of
roots gather the
life.
nutrients they need and then dig deeper to turn more rocks into soil, forming a self-sustaining ecosystem. At this point, we can slowly introduce more plant varieties, insects, and animals. Not mosquitoes, though. The new biosphere needs to be maintained to prevent it from falling out of balance. If plants grow too quickly and absorb too much carbon dioxide, the planet cools down too much. If key species die out, we could see populations collapse faster than they could recover. On Earth, other species would move in to fill the void, but our Martian biosphere is not as flexible.
So
It takes hundreds, if not
balance.
thousands of years before Mars becomes a stable environment. But eventually, the planet will have the potential to sustain large human colonies. With air, water, and food available, we can finally call Mars, black, blue, and green, our home. A giant, volcanic island in space. Will it last, though?
Who knows?
Challenge 3, the long-term future. There is a problem we haven't addressed. Mars's core does not produce a magnetic field, so it doesn't have enough protection from solar radiation or cosmic rays. This becomes dangerous for the long-term health of Martian populations. So, as a final step, we need an artificial magnetic field. It doesn't have to be huge like Earth's. It just needs to deflect the solar wind enough so that it doesn't touch Mars. The easiest way is to construct a magnetic umbrella.
I know the
for a head
people
of
there
Mars
on that
that
planet
splashes
gotta
the
be
solar
dark
wind
as
to the
fuck.
sides. A big superconducting ring powered by nuclear facilities is all it takes.
They just
It
hitting
will
you,
orbit at the
baby.
Mars-Sun
They
L1
hitting
point, keeping
winds.
it constantly
We got
between the
what you
Sun
call
and
that?
Mars
A
and
spear
protect the
around
new
us, so
atmosphere.
we ain't gonna hit
And
that
that's
bit
it.
like they get hitting that bit.
Terraforming Mars would take
I know they
some
caught
work,
they the
hefty
cosmic
resources,
version
and
of
probably
us.
a century or 10, but it would be the first time we've lived in a home designed and shaped solely by us and for us. A first step towards our future among the
I bet
stars.
Elon Musk them doing this shit right
The
here.
first step that we can already take down here on Earth is learning more about the physics and biology needed for such a project. To help you with that, we've created a series of lessons to build your fundamental understanding of these topics. Made in collaboration with our friends at Brilliant.org, these lessons give you a deeper
I
understanding of the
appreciate
topics
this
from
video
our
because I was locked in paying
most
attention.
popular videos, from supervolcanoes to black holes to climate.
Yeah, hope you guys like that D and found D Nation. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video on all social medias and comment below what reaction you want to do next. See you guys next time. I love all you guys. Don't forget to vote for your boy in the Orbit contest. See you guys next time. Love you guys. I'm out.